Hey everyone, so wanted to really do this video to talk about automation especially in the AEC industry. We've seen it across a lot of other industries, from law, and automating kind of the research phase of for paralegals. So finding a precedent, all the exciting things that you might see in some TV shows. And they found that miracle thing that solved their case. Well, a lot of that's becoming automated within legal firms, which is kind of cool. That instead of spending the late nights in the study and the library, now they can automate it, find it, solve that case way faster, which is really better for their clients, right? It's better to be able to solve it, to win, and then they can use that testimonial, that process to win more work. So obviously we see a lot of it in car automation, right? In the production of vehicles with assembly lines, with robots doing a bunch of welding, robots putting on doors, just a ton of robotic automation. And then we can see it in machine learning and AI. So Facebook and Instagram showing you more things that you like, whether that's cat photos, babies, not some friends, more of other friends. Really all those pieces kind of play into automation as a whole. In construction, we're seeing it from robotic and machine bricklayers. So where you just load in bricks and it builds a wall, which is really cool to have. So especially because now we have such a labor shortage. Can't find anybody. Nobody is wanting to work. No one's wanting to do that manual labor. There's a ton of other things politically going on that don't want to really address, and who that labor force typically is. So when you think of masons, now you can use basically a robot, a laborer, just to load bricks into it, and then it's going to build a wall. I mean, that's pretty sweet. So and building those walls, and not the wall between the U.S. and Mexico, even though it totally could, but we're talking on the outside of building and actual brick. So I don't know what type of wall we're gonna build border of Mexico, but hey, a robot could do that. So we're talking about how to automated processes, automated ways to do things, and deal with some of the pain points that we're having, right? That robot wouldn't have been built if we didn't have a labor shortage, if we weren't wanting to put things up faster, right? Now that robot can work till 8 o'clock at night and have no problems doing it. Start at 6 in the morning, and at 8 you have maybe 2 shifts of laborers loading bricks in, and that robot's not going to stop, doesn't need lunch, might need some gas, but it doesn't need lunch. So pretty cool things on construction, on kind of the automation of it. So the bigger piece now is on design. So there's programs out there you can put in some weird screen wall designs, where a screen wall, if it's got some undulation in it, three-dimensional designs, you can put it in. It's got a fabrication kind of engine built on the back of it, all using software, where that fabrication piece will let you know, hey, can this actually be built, and really won't put anything together that can't be built, which is really cool. And then if you want it, you can hit fab. It's got a price breakdown for how much steel and fab time and CNC hours and all that stuff, so that you'll have an accurate cost estimate of what it can do. The shop can then spit it out and ship it basically to site in the pieces, and then assemble it and put it up, which is really cool. And it takes a lot less time than figuring out so design, and then steel fabricators now got to figure out how to put it together. Can it be done? And there's back and forth that takes a bunch of time. So it's really cool having that tool up front, so that whatever you're designing can be built. It can be built really quickly because it's in their software, and then everything gets fabbed out. So pretty awesome piece of software for something that used to be really complex. Still not easy, but now it's just automated. So the other piece really becomes design software. So we're seeing the rise of Dynamo, which has been put in, I think 2016 was the first edition of Revit that really had it. And in that, you're seeing ways that you can automate room creation, or putting in furniture or putting in pretty much you name it or think about it, Dynamo can do it with any custom code that you want to create. A lot of other pieces that we're seeing within the design community is like sheet automation. Who wants to, like, especially if you have like a big set, so you've got like a 10-story building, you've got so like electrical engineering, you've got lighting, power, fire alarm, and then technology, and maybe they get 2 or 3 sheets, so now you're up to six sets or 6 series plus 10 floors. Maybe you've got 2 units, maybe 3, so 6 times 10 times 3, so that's 180 sheets plus all your details. You know, that set becomes really big, not to mention whatever the architectural set might be, which you're probably in the thousands of sheets. So these sets can become really big, really cumbersome, and who wants to set up, 300 sheets for just electrical? It might take you a day, whereas if you automate that tool, it might take you an hour, right? By putting in all the sheet titles, copy paste, run through them all, and populate, 300 sheets with 300 views on them, which is a really, really cool feature that you can automate, right? It's coming into the back end of Revit, telling it, hey, I want one for each level, I want these views, I've got 2 units, A and B, and here we go. Or we need to split the views for the floors because this building is huge. So you can do a lot of those really cool things in automation tools that really you couldn't before. So, pen and pencil, everything was really tough to do, and you try to shortcut some ways of doing things, where AutoCAD, you had a single base, and you XRF that in, you didn't have to redo stuff. And then Revit came along, where it's a shared live model. You got to update some links, but pretty much everything's there. If you want to cut a section, it's really easy. You don't have to redraw something. If you want to change some heights, it's as easy as really putting a tag on it in the first place, and then having that tag automatically update. So a ton of like automation tools or automatic schedules, which is really one of the biggest things in Revit. Section updates, reference updates, like all those nice little things that are kind of built into Revit. And then really Kowabunga Studios, we've taken that one step further. We want to automate, and we have automated placement of light fixtures, receptacles, switches, some of the controls for lights, so that really for any given building size, we can do it in almost no time at all. We'd say 2 weeks, so that we're always gonna meet that deadline for you, and we hope to exceed every single one of them. Really, it just depends on our workload, and to make sure that we can deliver it to you in quality product with all the calculations that you want, making sure we meet all the standards, that the model's really in good shape. So we want to always meet and exceed your expectations. So with our tools, our service, we're able to turn around models really, really quickly for any given building size. It's going to be scary how fast we can go. So, with that, we look forward to working with you for any project that you have, really getting you through design documents. It's a total time saver. Time is our most valuable asset. We can't get it back. I know that the reason that we created this tool, and I wanted to bring this to the market and you, is that I was tired of being in the office late at night, on the weekends, doing the same thing over and over and over again, just to get a set out, like to get DDs out or CDs. It became tedious when you're doing similar project types over and over and over again. You pretty much know how to lay out lights, you put them in the grid, you do your calculations, you've got your standard really spacing within hallways, corridors, bathrooms, pretty much everything becomes fairly typical. There might be unique things about each client or their layouts, but once you kind of have those down, it's pretty easy to populate that across the entire model. And that's what we help you do, is to populate that across entire models, really take out that tedious design piece, give some basic parameters, and then the software takes it from there. So we're able to save you a ton of time, whatever you need that time for, whether it's being home with your family, being home with your kids, your spouse, your dog, your cat, whatever you need that time for. Or it could be during the workday where instead of focusing on production and getting things done, that you're focused now on, maintaining client relationships, having better coordination meetings, making sure that you've caught everything that the other engineers or architects might have added to the model or changed on you, right? Making sure that your one line and loads are up to date, making sure that you've met all the specific criteria of that client, reading through their standards. So instead of worried about like, oh, I got to get this done, I maybe don't have time to do that, or that's going to take me extra time, or I haven't done lighting calculations, I actually need to do those to make sure that they're done and we haven't under or overlit the space. We'll take care of that. We'll take care of all that for you. Again, giving you just so much time back. And then for like project managers, really helping you become more profitable, more efficient with those hours that are so precious within our field. So within the AEC industry, those hours are so precious. We don't want to go over budget, and so often most of us are. We take as much time as we need, or we underestimate the amount of time it really takes to do something. So this will drastically reduce that time factor and really give your staff the ability to do more projects, which is the biggest thing within the AE industry, is getting more projects, more cash flow, more revenue, so that everyone can make a little more, have a little more bonus, have a little more time. So we hope to earn your business, earn your trust, and to give you all that time back. So thanks for watching, and big takeaways: automation is here. Kowabunga Studios can help you, and we look forward to working with you soon. So thanks for watching.